It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell of KLO HR and Leadership Consulting. I'm Tina Prigge with Vagabond Creative Studios. So good to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Once again, this beautiful sun. It's so good, but there, I fixed my lighting. All I have
That's awesome. You know, speaking of lighting, it's so important in theater. And we have a special guest this morning. Let's bring him in right away because I think this is going to be an awesome conversation. We are talking with Kevin Sievert, who's directing Carrie the Musical out at the Forst Inn. Kevin, welcome to Coffee with Kristin and Tina.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
Oh, so good to see you both. Thanks for having me here.
Oh, you bet. And Stephen is writing in and saying, good morning from Fond du Lac.
Ooh,
okay.
Hello from Manitowoc.
So we are going to have a cool conversation with you, Kevin. But to start, you guys, do you remember like having any childhood fears? Like I remember hearing about quicksand all the time in cartoons and in movies. I thought quicksand was going to be a much bigger worrisome deal as an adult in life than it really turned out to be. Did you have anything like that?
My biggest fear as a kid were swallowing like fruit seeds, like cherry pits and watermelon seeds, and always being told that they would like grow in my stomach. So like I have this irrational fear, even as an adult, of like eating pitted cherries. Like I just won't touch them.
What about you, Kristin?
Kevin, that's such a good one. I think I don't really have any. I don't know. I mean, quicksand is one of those like normal ones where because you saw it in things like Indiana Jones, it existed everywhere, but it really doesn't. No, I think I have way more fears as an adult than I did as a child.
Well, and those are probably rational fears, right? Like quicksand is kind of an irrational fear. I know another irrational fear I always had as a kid was being on the bridge and it would go up, right? But that's never supposed to happen. But yesterday, it happened. And I have no idea how this happened. I've seen several posts about this. And so confirmed it's not photoshopped. It really did happen. Apparently everyone's okay. Like once the bridge went down, I heard he literally just drove away. But this terrifies me that this could even happen.
I mean, it can happen clearly because it happened. And also, I would say like the fact that this was a pickup truck probably helped because it's like a rectangle on the back. So it had something to stand on. Right?
Right.
Had been maybe like a little Subaru, I feel like it would have just like, but that, I don't know.
Yeah, I have this. Yeah. This raises so many questions.
I just want to know, like, how they got so far before like the barricade went down and all that. Like, that just blows my mind.
Oh, Kevin, we're kind of losing your audio a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can you? Are you able to pull your headphones? Disconnect your headphones?
Yes, let me try that.
But yeah, Kevin raises a great question. How did the truck get so far? And would a bridge tender have been able to stop the raising of the bridge, seeing this happening? So many questions. How's it now, Kevin?
Speak to us, Kevin. Let us hear your voice.
Oh, maybe he can't hear us.
Kevin.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there. Now we can hear you.
There you are.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Kevin?
He looks confused.
Okay. Well, so speaking of horror,
can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? No.
Am I coming in clear?
We'll let him work on it. Let's see if maybe it'll all get better.
Yes. So while he is working that out, I just want to play a trailer. So Kevin is currently the director of Carrie the Musical, which is going to be taking stage out at the Forst Inn. Kevin, can you tell us a little bit about Carrie the Musical?
Yes, can you hear me
Yes.
again?
Yes.
Okay, good. So Carrie the Musical is based on the Stephen King novel and the very famous Brian De Palma movie that came out in the 70s. So, but our version of the show takes place in 2022. So it's a current update of the show. So it's about Carrie White, who is this outcast teenager who experiences her period in the shower during high school for the first time, and that kind of awakens this fierce power that's within her that she never knew that she had. And through the unfortunate incident in the shower, she gets invited to attend the prom with one of the most popular guys in school, and to the behest of her overly religious mother, and she attends the prom, and some of the bullies at her school hatch this evil plan to make it a night that she'll never forget, and nobody forgets it by the end of the show, that's for sure.
So this has an element of horror to it, right?
Right.
And
right.
It's a musical?
And it's a musical. There is such a niche market with horror musicals, and so few of them have been done well. I'm not sure if you know the history of this particular show, but Carrie was on Broadway back in the 80s, 1988, and it was only on Broadway for 5 days before it closed.
What?
Yep, they opened and closed the same weekend, and it was critically panned. Nobody liked it. It was a mishmash of all these different visions that didn't quite work together. But our version of the show is a rewritten and reworked version that was off Broadway in 2012, and that version has been quite successful in its various productions. So that's a version you'll see.
So as a director, was it challenging to direct something in the horror genre?
It is. It's got a different kind of, not necessarily focus, but you have to find the horror in different ways, because you're able in film to like jump cut and do jump scares and like zoom in on people and kind of see their innermost thoughts. Where in theater, you have to stay kind of broad. You have to play to the back of the house, so to speak. So we find, so there's a lot of horror in like the human drama of the piece that we find, but you'll also find, especially in the prom sequence, moments of physical, tangible horror and unease, which is going to be really exciting to experience live.
Yeah. So I notice, like in this image on the poster, right, there's like blood covering your face. Tell us how you achieved like some of these special effects.
Yeah, so we collaborated with me and my practical effects person, Gavin Annette. We collaborated with a gentleman named Tyler, and oh Lord, I forgot his last name. That makes me the worst. But we collaborated with him to find the perfect blood recipe. And Gavin had gone through so many different versions of it. One of which was mostly corn syrup based, and that was so sticky and so gross and not practical. But we found a pretty edible, much less sticky version of it that we're gonna be dumping Carrie live every show. So we've got a bucket hanging from the rafters, and she will be dumped with about a quart of blood every night.
Oh my God. So you're dumping actual stage blood onto Carrie every night. Is this like Blue Man Group where the front row should be wearing like aprons or raincoats or something? Your poncho.
Hopefully not. Most of the way that we arranged the theaters, we actually took out the front rows of tables. So we're hoping that nothing will cross the threshold of the stage. But if you've never been to the Forst, it's such an intimate little space that you're gonna feel like you're right there the whole time anyway. But your clothes should be safe.
Cool. So Kristin, I'm wondering, in your recipe box, do you have a recipe for blood?
I don't. But I'm sitting here thinking, as he was talking and he mentioned corn syrup, I was thinking about even cornstarch, like how that's such a thickener and how very quickly you could kind of get that thick, kind of goopy, cloggy blood consistency.
Is it hard for the actress, Kevin? Does it take her a long time each night to clean up after that?
We haven't dumped her with the new recipe yet. We don't know, but I can confirm that the earlier versions of the blood stuck the dress completely to her body, and it took a little time for her to clean up. But this one washes away pretty quickly, from what I was told.
So how do you handle the costume in that scenario? Do you have like multiple versions of the same dress, or is your costume mistress washing the dress every night and hoping it's good for the next show?
Yeah, M. Schaller, who was our costume designer on this production, made Carrie's dress completely from scratch. So we're very lucky to have that, and it's the iconic pink dress that you see in the movie. And we only have one, and we have tested this new recipe on test swatches to make sure that it washes out, and it is washable. So every night, her costumes and all the other costumes that get touched with it will be washed.
Maybe that just means it's going to get a different shade of pink each time she gets dumped.
Yeah, right. Just some streaky pink going through her whole little ensemble there.
There you go.
Yeah. So
listen,
how many performances? Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Tina. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Oh, I was just wondering how many performances there'll be of the show.
Sure. So we have 8 performances, which is a pretty short run for a show out at the Inn. But here's the thing. Our opening night and closing night have already sold out. So you only have 6 more performances, or 6 more chances to see it.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
so exciting.
So listen, I have a super cool story to tell you guys. So I have a dear friend who has a daughter that is a dancer and performer, and she is down in Milwaukee right now. And she posted that her daughter is part of the ensemble for Killer. And guess who's the choreographer? That guy right there.
Nice.
Wait, I know him. She's going to have so much fun with him.
Oh, how exciting. What an incredibly small world this is.
Yes.
Yeah. That is so cool. So, okay, Kevin, if somebody wants to get tickets, so 2 shows are already sold out, so there's 6 remaining chances. How does somebody get tickets?
Sure. So we're encouraging people to order their tickets online if you're planning to come. So you can get your tickets at forstinn.org. That's FORSTINN.org. And then you'll be able to follow the show icon on the homepage, and it'll take you right to the ticket booth where you can purchase tickets. If you're interested, you can also add a charcuterie board or some plated sandwiches to your evening, and then there's cheesecake at intermission. So we like to offer like a very full like night out kind of experience at the Forst Inn. So you can purchase your ticket there.
Cool. I just want to recap that in case anyone had trouble hearing your audio, Kevin. So you can get your tickets at forstinn.org. And when you purchase the tickets, you also have the option to select a charcuterie board or cheesecake at intermission. Is that what you said, Kevin?
Yeah. yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool.
And what I'll do after the show is I'll go in and tag Forst in the comments. So if you want tickets and you're looking to try to find their Facebook page, I will take the website and the Facebook page right on there so that you can find it easily and hopefully go and buy tickets.
Yeah. So Kevin, when does your show open? October 14th?
Yes, October 14th is our opening performance. And then we have performances the 15th and 16th, October 21st and 22nd, and then October 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Awesome. It's perfect timing for Halloween. Kevin, who's your lead actress playing Carrie? And do you want to tell us about any of the other cast?
Yeah, so Ariel Duquette who's a wonderful friend of mine and has done plenty of productions in the area before. But this is kind of one of her first starring turns, which is really exciting. She'll be playing Carrie White. And then Aaron LaFond, who is a teacher in the Two Rivers Public School District, and is another name you might recognize from theater, is playing her mother, Margaret White. And those two together are just, they're going to rip your heart out, and it's beautiful. And then we've got a full ensemble of people. I'm just going to go down the list real quick if you don't mind being interested. We have Jessica Morosky as Sue Snell, and Sam Oswald as Tommy Ross. Then we have Gavin Annette as Billy Nolan, Rachel Zielkowski as Chris Hardinson, Stephanie Miller as Miss Gardner, the gym teacher, Thomas Moore as Mr. Stevens, and then our ensemble actors are Philip Dindra, Carter Miller, John Stalvey, Shannon Page, Gracie Cole, and Brittany Simmer. I hope I'm not missing anyone. That sounds like everyone.
So Kristin, guess what?
What?
Kevin has shared a trailer for the play.
Oh,
It's really unusual. Like oftentimes a local play does not have a trailer. Carrie the Musical does, and it gives me goosebumps when I watch it. Should we play it?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see it.
Ready? Here we go.
What you need to understand is that we were just kids. Kids trying to do our best. Carrie. We were kids.
Okay, that was so spooky.
I love it.
Yeah, that was all Gavin Annette filmed that and edited that trailer for us, and it turned out really well.
That's so awesome.
And that's something special too, to be able to capture and convey that essence of horror, and especially like that trailer wasn't very long, right? But you definitely get the feeling, like I had goosebumps watching. I still have goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I see, Kevin, that it says you're working with Scare USA.
Yes. Scare USA is on this production as kind of a partnership. So they're doing a special preview of our show, and they've had us at their event, and we went through their haunted attraction in Two Rivers this last weekend, and it's such a blast. And I couldn't think of a better like show presenter partner to have for something like this than Scare USA, who John Schwartz, who is the owner operator, has been a good friend of mine for years, and he knows horror. And so I'm really glad to have him and his people on as advertising partners with us.
That's a cool collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Kristin, what else do you want to know from Kevin?
Well, Kevin, I just want to say I admire you so much. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but Kevin like does everything from choreography and acting with little kids, like all the way up. Like my girls have been blessed by you and your talent. And then, you know, just to get to see all the things you do. Tina, I know you got to see Kevin perform in Milwaukee. Like you're like the real deal. And we're like, I feel so blessed by you. And I think it's so cool that you're doing these things locally and also just spreading your wings. And I'm super proud of you and I'm super excited. And I really, really hope that people go and support this show. And that you have a good
thank you. Thank you so much. It's really easy to you know, to share your talents in a community where talents are all kinds are welcome. And, you know, working with your children, Kristin, was such a blast, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. And bringing all of these experiences from everywhere back into the community is always a blessing for me. So thank you. I appreciate that.
You are most welcome.
And one thing I appreciate too, Kevin, is that you're always pushing the boundaries of theater in this area. You know, like Carrie the Musical, this is something new and fresh. It hasn't been done before. I'm so relieved that you're not just rehashing a production of Our Town for the, 250th time, for example. Like, I love that, out at the Forst Inn, you guys are always embracing these new theater experiences.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The Forst Inn has become such a home for me over the last couple of years. And it's for that reason, Tina. It's such a wonderful, like collaborative place to bring something new and something exciting and to try new things and to make mistakes if mistakes are being made. And we're learning and growing. I've been wanting to bring Carrie to this area for 10 years. And I'm really excited that it's happening now with the people that I have right now, and that the community is finally going to be able to experience it.
Yeah. Congratulations. Well, break a leg, Kevin, to all of the cast and crew, break a leg. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today to tell us all about this opportunity. So August 14th, that is like a week away. Make sure you get your tickets. Kevin said already that opening night and closing night are sold out. So you've got 6 other chances to get your tickets to see Carrie the Musical out at the Forst Inn.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kristin and Tina, for having me.
You bet. I hope we see you again soon, Kevin.
Of course. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Oh, Kristin, how cool is that?
Oh, there. I was going to say we're on opposite sides again today.
Yeah, if we're on opposite sides, I don't know which way to point. I've got it down.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Here.
Just really quickly on the Forst Inn, like Cabaret is just finishing up. I have not been able to get out there to see it, but I've seen pictures and people talking about it. And, if you've never been out there for a show, it's, from what I understand, this perfect little small stage. And like Kevin mentioned, very intimate, but typically things happen in a show that's like funny and the actors are close by, and it probably almost feels interactive because it is so close. And what a gift for him to get to do this in our community with this like perfect timing of people and partnerships for him. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see this show. I don't think I've seen a horror show. I've definitely never seen a horror musical. I love the whole concept of this. I love to see how it's staged. And it's true, the Forst Inn is such a unique performance venue. So it's not set up like theater rows of chairs, right? It's these intimate little table settings. And like Kevin was mentioning, there's, like food options like charcuterie and cheesecake. And it seats I'm guessing maybe like 80 people at a time, right? Yeah, so it's got that totally intimate feel. You really see the actors and their expressions.
Yeah, this is, more of a dinner theater feel than like a traditional theater with seating. So just to kind of help you wrap your mind around that. But
yeah, and if you don't know, the Forst Inn is located in Tisch Mills. So it's like the northern quadrant of Manitowoc County, just on the border with Kewaunee County.
Yep, I actually have the address right here. It's E2910 County Road BB in the big city of Tisch Mills.
Yeah. And it's the historic Forst Inn, right? So there's this historic bar, you can have drinks and an experience before you go into the theater. I think there's kind of a little B&B component too. It's just a fascinating place to experience.
Right. Yeah. We have some other friends that act out there. Bill Fricke, I'm sure you know, and he's just a hoot and he talks so highly of it. And so go see Carrie at that Forst Inn.
Absolutely. And speaking of dinner, Kristin, before we sign off, this has been making me drool ever since you sent it to me. What is going on here?
Listen, I was super blessed to head down. So I went to the International Coaching Midwest Conference last week in Milwaukee. I got to stay at the beautiful Pfister Hotel. And the Mason Street Grill is a restaurant in the Pfister Hotel. And Doug and I have eaten there probably 2 or 3 other times. I was very blessed to have dinner with my friend Jenny there. Look at this dinner. This is like roasted vegetable risotto. We shared a New York or a filet, which is like perfectly cooked. You can see maybe a little bit in the background. She ordered cream corn. We had watermelon and jalapeno gazpacho. We each had a bowl before we ate that. Like a little pricey. It's a different price point, but it was so, so amazing.
Yeah, and it does look good.
The other cool thing, which Doug and I had not done this before, is they have a chef's counter there. And which is a little bit more casual, but you literally sit and you can watch all the cooks working in the back. So Jenny and I sat right on the end. We had a perfect view of the kitchen, and it just was super fun just to see how the kitchen worked, how they interacted with each other. And my friend Jenny, her husband owns a restaurant in Illinois, and she said, man, they have to behave back there. Like they can't be fighting or talking smack or having a fit. Like that's not going to work back there. So we got there a little bit early. It was fun to see how the pace and the feel picked up as as people came in for dinner, and it was just really fun. So
nice.
If you're ever looking for a good spot in Milwaukee, that's a good one.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. Well, this was really fun. I super enjoyed speaking with Kevin, and I'm very excited about Carrie the Musical coming up at the Forst Inn.
Yeah. So I'm going to share when we get off the show today, I'm going to put the link in for tickets. I'll take their Facebook page. Please go check it out and support Kevin. He's just a rock star and an artist in our community.
I think we're really blessed here on the coolest coast to have like a wealth of talent, right? Actors, directors, performers, musicians, singers, fine artists. We really have the whole gamut. It's amazing.
Well, and I mean, I would just say, there's all these acting troupes that kind of exist here. I think Manitowoc is unique. We are very blessed to have this. We have maskers, we have Peter Quince, we have Treehouse Theater, we have independent groups like the groups that perform in Forest, and like that doesn't exist anywhere. We're super lucky. And I mean, we're essentially talking now about having theater and theater arts available for kids from like age 4 all the way up to, who knows, 80. I don't know. How old are people that are performing, at the Capitol or at the Forst Inn or some of these other places? Like it's super cool.
Yeah, it is super cool. And when you think about the musicians too, just a quick shout out to the Manitowoc Symphony Orchestra. They're performing this Saturday, and it's pops. So they're doing all popular movie music by John Williams. So Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Superman, E.T., Saving Private Ryan, Jurassic Park, all of those songs that really make the movie. Like when you hear like Darth Vader's theme song, that's all John Williams. And so the symphony is going to be performing that. And I love the fact that they've started collaborating with the schools. They'll send a quartet to the school, demonstrate the music, give a little education, really helping students from a young age, get creative.
Right. I can remember playing Star Wars in high school, and it was one of the times I played in the orchestra. I played violin. That was one of the times we got to combine with the band to play full symphony music. And I mean, again, dun, 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 like it's just so distinct. Now, I'm not a Star Wars lover, but my family members are. Doug and the girls watched it Friday night. It is memorable. You know who's coming when that music is playing. Like So what a cool thing. I hope that it's packed for the Manitowoc.
I hope so too. And because of the content, that it's all these beloved movies and we're so close to Halloween, audience members are encouraged to dress like your favorite Star Wars or Raiders of the Lost Ark or, any character from those movies.
So much fun.
So if you had a theme song, Kristin, when you walked into a room, what would it be?
The ones that come to mind are not ones that I would want to be my theme song. Like growing up, my mom loved The Wizard of Oz. So when you say theme song, most people are like, oh, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. No, I hear dun, 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 dun. Now I wouldn't want to be known. I wouldn't want that to be my walk-up song. Do you know what I mean? But like from a fond memory standpoint, like that's like a childhood thing that we always watch with my mom, and just it's memorable. So.
And that's another great example of how music really influences the experience, right? Like the music gives that character so much flavor.
100%. 100%. It absolutely does. So how about you? Do you have a theme song?
I was thinking on my motorcycle, it would be awesome if I could play Flight of the Valkyries.
See, when you said motorcycle, my mind went to Top Gun.
Oh, how does the music go? I haven't seen that in way too long.
I have to think about it. It's right into the danger zone. That's where my mind went. Which, there's the motorcycle scene with Tom Cruise on the motorcycle. So there you go. Same perspective, two totally different thought patterns, which is why are beautiful.
So many options. Kristin, this has been so much fun. Thanks for taking the time to chat this morning. Thank you, viewers, for watching Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We will see you next time on Coffee with Kristin and Tina.
Bye, guys. Have a great week.